I feel like ain't no real man,
There we go.
ain't no real man to a woman that he's pursuing on a first date or really any amount of time is going to ask her, what's your body count? Because he's not
No,
going to give a fuck.
actually,
It don't have
ac
anything to do
actually,
with how far a relationship can prosper.
When a woman can tell you what a real man is, that is a problem. Because usually when she say what a real man is, it's always somebody that accepts her shit and won't question her shit. It's always a real man for that one. A real man will get with a woman who has kids. Haven't y'all heard that? How many of y'all black men heard that? A real man will be with a woman that's got kids. Who says that? With kids? It's really stupid. But you'll hear black women talk like this, and they'll be real confident being in public, being real ignorant. Why would you want to know how many people I've slept with? Well, I want to know if I'm throwing my hot dog down a hallway. So for you to sit there and tell that lie that I'm supposed to be trying to get to know anything else. No, I need to know if I'm serious about Big Booty Betty, how many other Big Booty Betty. Because when I met this in Publix, I know 39 in aisle 7 was trying to get her number 2. So I want to know how many of them she let hit. So therefore, I could either be the hit or I could be the to take you on a real date. Because I ain't taking your ass the chops when every other chop that pussy.
What's up with the YouTube? It's your boy Vick Reacts. Bumming at you with a brand new video. Hey man, today we got a banger, man. Today we got that boy Tommy Sotomayor cooking on this panel again, man. This woman says body count doesn't matter, and whenever a guy asks her about body count, she immediately red flags him and put him in the dumpster. Tommy Sotomayor comes in and asks why. She don't have no valid answer, but he still continues to cook her and cook her. Y'all seen in the intro, man. If y'all like the intro, be sure to like the video. Because if you like the intro, you gonna like the video, of course. Comment you got something to say about the video or me. Subscribe if you know and mess with the content, man. Without further ado, let's get into it.
now you got a question.
I more so have like a comment, I guess you can say. We're having this conversation. Well, you all are having this conversation about body counts. Like, realistically, people don't walk around with their body count on their head. So it's like when you're getting to know a person, you having your first date, whatever. If the first question the guy asks me while we're having dinner or whatever we're doing on our first date is, what's your body count? For a lack of better words, I'm going to immediately see that as a red flag because you're worried about the wrong shit. What are you asking me? For a first date? Yes, you are. I feel like you need to be, let's keep the conversation light. Let's keep the conversation casual. Let's sit here, try to get to know each other. Let's see if we can have a conversation. Let's see if we even get along before we want to decide if we want to have a second date or not. But to just blade out, ask a person, what's your body count? Then you want to make your own judgment based off of that on a first date perspective. I think that's weird because you worried about the wrong shit.
And this is why
But why would it be weird if he doesn't want to have to deal with a woman with a high body count? He wants to make sure he's not wasting his time. He don't want a woman with a high body count. The only way it would be weird or offensive is if you have a high body count. There's no problem.
I think that's semantics. I personally, because if you like a person, you're just gonna like that person. Everything doesn't have to be black and white like that.
But based off of your experiences with other men is going to show if you're able to stay and be faithful or not. Regardless of there's no point in him pouring into you if you're not going to stay.
What does your body count have to do with your other personal experience of other men?
And I got you. Anaya, 1 second. You can go after it. Do you notice how you turn it into relationship talk again? 90% of the relationship we have nowadays is fucking. It's being friends with benefits. It's not about marriage. So you guys keep talking about, oh, if you want to have a relationship with the person and the person is good to you and you're good to the person, I'm trying to fuck. That's what I'm trying to do. Why am I getting
your perspective?
Hey, Melanie, stop 1 second. Melanie, I don't care if you cook. I don't care if you clean. I don't care if you are good with pets. You like babies. You help the elderly. If you have a big booty, I'm going. I'm sorry. That's what.
Man, I'm gonna say one thing, bro. That Naya girl, she disrespectful as hell, fool. Whenever somebody else talking, she don't be listening. She be on her iPad. She be talking to somebody else in the background. She be walking off camera. She only wanna be in the camera and listen if she talking. But I'm I just something I noticed from the past few videos I was watching.
Most men are doing and most women are doing. They will date 90% of these men and then find a sucker and a boring woman to marry.
iPad,
Yes,
boom.
most relationships is on a fucking relationship. So why am I going around and saying if she's a good woman, if she's a good cook? Melanie, most of these men are in love with you on the chat. They have no idea who you are. No idea. They see you look good. You have some big titties. You have a fat ass. They don't know if you cook well. They don't know if you clean well. They don't know if you are a good person. They going. So what the fuck are we doing here?
But
That's
it's not. But,
it's crazy.
yeah, but that's men's nature though. But if the woman wants a different outcome, it's based on how she's carrying herself. It's not about
Anaya, if we were trying to go into business, would it be offensive to you if I asked you how many business partners you had before me?
That's a difference.
No, I'm asking you if we were going to business, would that be offensive if I asked you how many business partners? What's more important, your relationship that you end up having with somebody or business?
You know, repeat your question again, so I know I'm not misunderstanding you.
What's more important, the transactional relationship you may have with someone that's business, or the relationship you may possibly spend the rest of your life with that person? What's more important?
The second part, I think. I feel like the second part.
Is he saying relationship is more important than business? Because relationship definitely more important. For sure.
Right.
So then why, if you dealing with multiple men, you're not staying loyal to them, you're not listening to them, you're not cooperating with them, you having sex with people you don't even like, why would that be offensive to you if I asked you how many men you dealt with? If you got to me.
Did she say the word offensive?
Like, I think it would be weird. I think it'd be a little weird because you're worried about the wrong shit.
How can it be? I just asked you again. If the business part wasn't offensive, because I want to know if you've done business before, if you succeeded, if it was poor, if you stayed loyal to your business partner. Why is a man asking you how many body counts you had offensive if who you're having sleep with would be anybody? If it's somebody you love, if it's somebody you having a good time with, if you're having sex with multiple men and your body count is going up, but you're not giving them any commitment, why would that be offensive? I asked you how many men you slept with.
We're not comparing apples and oranges, though.
No,
those are two completely different. Those are two completely different.
Not even really though, because a relationship is basically a business. Like everything in life has some type of value. So if we have a partnership or we have a relationship or we have a friendship, it's basically like a business. You know what I'm saying? That's important too, just like my business is. So I don't know what she's saying.
Two completely, Anaya. Those are two completely different things. We're talking about
it's not
business versus somebody's body count. That's so different. Like you can't even compare to both of those things.
It's not two different things.
It's not.
It's a little weird.
It's not
to try
because
compare.
if you're choosing somebody, if you're trying to choose a successful mate, it's the same thing as if you were choosing a successful business partner. Your past performance is an indicator of future performance. So if you're trying to go into business and you want to have a successful business, you're going to pick a partner that's going to be a good partner that has a good past. The same thing with a relationship. In fact, if your goal is marriage has always been more about business than love. So it's absolutely the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. Now, when we're talking about body count, I find it interesting that for a very long time, women would always say that men don't have standards. In fact, they would argue that men will just screw anything, you know. But then when it comes to them, it's like, oh, don't ask about my body count. Well, if you want men to not screw anything, then you want men to have standards. They should be absolutely concerned about your body count.
Facts. And then the man that they should really want to be with should be a man that will be worried about the body count. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that women say they have standards should mean that they hold themselves at a higher standard. Because, you know, to have standards, you have to be such of a high standard. But why, when it comes to a man wanting some standards, oh, you don't want the man that wants standards, you want the man that don't got standards. Well, it doesn't work like that, because if you choose a man that don't have standards, that just means that he really not even fucking with you for real. Or that he just wants some shit for him, or that he just not that type of guy, so he's not gonna be the type of guy for you because you gonna hold him to a certain standard, and he don't even hold himself to that standard because he don't expect you to have standards. You know what I'm saying? He don't have standards. You know what I'm saying? Like
on the first date.
Yes.
Because that is what I said on the first date.
So let me ask you this question.
So
Let me ask you this question.
A man's standards is linked to her body counts. Is that what you're saying?
It's a big part.
No,
of it.
what I'm saying is a man's standards is based on what he's willing to accept and what he's not willing to accept. Now, if he starts pursuing a woman and he's looking at that woman like, okay, I could probably take you seriously. He wants to know that that woman hasn't slept around with everybody.
Nah, I feel like ain't no real man. Ain't no real man. Let's just make that plain clear.
Oh
God. Look at God.
Oh, look at God.
thank God, because she was finna say some bullshit.
I'm talking about to a woman that he's pursuing on a first date or really any amount of time is going to ask her, what's your body count? Because he's not going to give a fuck. It don't have anything to do with how far a relationship can prosper based on someone's body count.
It does though.
But I'm not gonna. But I'm also not going to over articulate and over possess all this passion on this quote unquote one thing of a body count because I don't think it's that deep.
How you gonna tell men what a man is gonna want or how a man gonna feel when you're a woman? At the end of the day, you still a woman. You not finna be in a man position regardless in any kind of aspect. Like, no matter if we work the same job, we work the same position, you still not gonna feel like a man feels. How you gonna tell us how we should feel about certain things when it comes to our woman? First of all, and second of all, how does body count not matter when you're getting penetrated? It's been different sizes, different meats, different DNA, all inside. It's different DNA inside you. Once that motherfucker go inside you, it's different DNA. So how can you tell me that don't matter when it's scientifically proven to matter? Come on, fool. You should try to gaslight the panel and shit to believe in certain shit. Like, bro, stop doing that shit.
Well, here's the
if y'all say something, we listen. But we say something, y'all don't want to listen. Y'all want to have your own point to it. That shit dumb to me.
Here's the reality with that, with the whole real man conversation, right?
And she already said she done with the convo too. That's why she not even listening. She not even listening no more, dog. Oh God, she not.
If we look back in the past, we can argue that the men back in the past were way more manly and masculine than we are today. The men of the past, when they got into relationships with women or started courting women or pursuing women, there was an expectation that that woman didn't have a body count. So they didn't even have to inquire about that because it was assumed that you didn't have a body count. And in this day and age, you're talking about a man today ain't gonna ask a woman that. Yeah, a man today ain't gonna ask a woman that because most of these niggas out here ain't hitting on 2 damn cents. They don't give a shit how many people you've screwed. In fact, they're hoping that you screwed a lot of people because that would give them a better shot to screw you on the first night. And right now, what's going on with women is women don't want men asking about body count because they know it's wrong and they don't want to be embarrassed to have to admit how many dudes they done laid up with before they got married.
Put the words out my mouth.
He cooking.
That's the reality.
But Angry, let me say this: if a woman by the time she reached the age 30 and she only slept with 5 people, and a man that's potentially, pursuing acts or the number, I think she'll be proud to say, "Hey, I'm 30 or whatever. I only slept with 4 or 5 people." That would be a number that she would have no problem saying because it's a relatively no number. It's reasonable. It's respectable. From what I've seen in my personal life, numbers, and this has nothing to do you and I, numbers that are kind of in that area where it's make the man look like, oh, nah, I ain't about to invest all this in you. I think that we don't want to have that conversation. But if a woman
I don't think it's no harm in asking.
I don't think she have a problem saying the number.
I agree with you. And if I sound really like I'm talking hella loud, it's because I got my cancellation headphones on.
No,
I
you're
like
good.
to hear myself when I talk.
You're good.
What they're trying to do is they're just trying to say this, right? You would ask a man for his job, and if that man said he had 10 jobs on the last 2 years, you would find it weird. You would be like, oh, I don't know about this.
No, I think no. Let's scratch that. I'm saying. Let me also clarify because I'm also answering, and my comment was based off this specific thing.
No, yeah, go ahead.
There's no harm in asking a person what's their body count. If someone wants to ask me what's my body count right now, depending on who it was, if I'm in a relationship with them, I would tell them. But on a first date, I think if that's what you asking me on the first date of us first talking, first meeting, first hanging out and getting to know one another, if you ask me what's my body count on the first date, I just feel like, yes, that is weird because what are you focused on?
Be taking you serious. Taking you serious.
So a person's gonna take me serious.
The time he's gonna invest in you.
If Fatty just told you earlier, if you were listening, if he's on demon time and want to have sex, he don't care about who you have sex with, how many people you have sex with. And are you listening? Like, God, we tell you our secrets, we tell you man code, and you go, oh, it's weird if he asks about a body count. When it actually shows if a man comes out his mouth, hey man, how many people you dealt with? He actually has interest in you.
Yes. So what?
How is it weird if the two of you first met and you're trying to get to know each other? And he's basically just asking you questions about, like, because for me, in my opinion, if you're not ashamed to screw a bunch of people outside of wedlock, you shouldn't be ashamed to tell people how many people you screwed outside of wedlock.
Because I feel like there's a different way you can rephrase that question. You can rephrase that question. Instead of if a person, if I'm on a date and a guy says,
let me ask you this.
Listen, hear me out. If a guy straight up and says, what's your body count? Like, you gonna have to take another stand and be like, what?
Hey, she said, okay, now it don't matter what it is. It matter how you say it. Okay, boy. Hey, niggas done heard this shit a billion times. You know she for the streets. You know she for the streets, bro. She could. She could.
And they say, how many relationships have you been in? How many relationships? You know, it's just a different way to ask what you want to know.
Relationship,
one second. I just want to clarify this so we can have an honest conversation, right? And then Ali, Tommy, Angerman can go. Women don't ask, hey, Tommy, how much money do you make? They ask your profession. And if you say, I'm an orthoped, whatever the L is, you Google it. How much does a doctor that works on this with this amount of years gets? And you go ahead and you kind of see, oh, he gets between 150 to 200. I got it. Men are not going to ask your body count. Men are going to ask how many boyfriends, for how many years you've been single. Yep. Before the pandemic, you've been single since 2018. I know what you've been doing.
Okay.
Well, Fatty.
So let me say this. Let me say this one last thing. Let me say this one last thing.
Anaya.
It's Anaya.
This is Ali's fault. So respectfully, right? Women just don't like to get straight up question about body count. But men will find a way to circumvent the how many bodies you have and ask 7 qualifying questions to kind of see if you've been outside or not. And if they can get it, they get it. They don't.
So hold on, Anaya, slow down. Anaya, slow down. If I slept with all the women on this panel, would it increase my value or lower my value?
Lower.
Listen.
Increase.
I'm gonna
He's a man.
Can you answer it, please? To society and the women and men on the panel, if I slept with all of you, would it increase my value or lower my value?
Who knows this information?
Women don't want no men.
Knowledge.
Okay.
You slept with everyone on this panel.
So Anaya,
I will say this.
If I slept with all of you, it would increase my value to men and women. If you slept with all the men, it would decrease your value to men and women. If you saw me walk outside this building with 20 women on my arms, you'd be like, damn, who is that? If a man saw you walking out, or women with 20 men on your arms, they go, ooh, that's a jump off. Our value is deemed different, and there's double standards. Right. I'm not expecting you to protect.
Yes, there is double standards and provide, for sure.
But your lower count would determine whether I want to protect and provide for you.
Let's
bro, who the fuck came up with this double standard shit, bro? That's one of the dumbest sayings like that I've ever heard in my fucking life. Double standard. Oh, because you could do it. Because you could do it. It means that I should be able to do it too. Like, bro, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my fucking life. Of course, it's gonna be double standards. Of course, it's gonna be standards different for different people, bro. That's not a double standard. At the end of the day, it's really up to the person. If a female want a guy that don't mess with a lot of females, okay, that's cool. But it's no difference literally between a guy who can pull a lot of females versus a guy that can't pull a lot of females, other than confidence, you know what I'm saying, charismatic and stuff like that, other than attribute. You know, if you mess with a guy that don't mess with a lot of females, you know, he could be self-controllable. He could just control his urges and shit like that. He could just not want to mess with a lot of females. But at the end of the day, if he's choosing to fuck with you, he's not going to choose to fuck with a female who got a lot of bodies at the same time. If a man has low amount of bodies, he's going to choose to fuck with a female that got a low amount of bodies as well. On some serious shit. That's like case in point. The only way that a female actually get a chance to mess with a guy that has a low amount of bodies is if he's not really that attractive, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But that's not what females want. Females want the attractive guy. A female like Anaya, bro, what she want is the attractive guy with charisma, with confidence at a high level, with all the intangibles, but to not have a lot of bodies at the same time. Meanwhile, you don't even know if she got a lot of bodies, because if you ask her, she gonna look at it weird and be like, oh, nah, I can't fuck with you because you asking me a question like that, when it really matters though. So that's just and she talking about double standards. If anything is a double standard, that's a double standard, because you can ask him and there's no problem with you asking him. But if he asks you, then it's a problem. Like, no, bro, the double standard shit is the dumbest shit ever, bro. Everybody has different standards. It's not no double standard shit. It's a one way, it's a usual way to life. And if you don't want to align with those standards, you the one that's fucking up the standard, not the world. The world has a natural standard. It has a natural flow. That's why everything is made in pairs.
Okay. And Tommy over here, and then I need to bring up Turreal, so he wants to say something. Go ahead, Angry Man, and then Tommy interrupted, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. What Ali is saying is 100% correct. A woman with 100 men is a zero, but a man with 100 women is a hero. At the end of the day, the thing that I can't understand is how can a person who has chosen to operate in a disrespectful way expect respect? Like, if you're already disrespecting yourself, because the way it works is when men and women are born, right? Men are born at the bottom of the mountain. Our job is to climb up the mountain. We have to achieve shit. Women are born at the top of the mountain. Your job is to stay at the top of the mountain. Every time you sleep with someone who is not a husband and you just sleeping around, you come further down that mountain. And a lot of y'all are meeting dudes halfway down the damn mountain. And that's why you keep catching hell when it comes to relationships. Now, the thing that Ali said that I disagree with, it's not that they're choosing to be single. They don't know how to be in relationships. They don't know how to spot a good man from a bad man. The man that cares about how many people you slept with is the good dude. The dude that doesn't care is the bad dude. It's simple.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't tell women that, because they're not going to understand it. They think the other way around. They think the dude who act like they don't care is the one who really cares. No, like, I'm serious though. Like, it's funny as shit, but I'm serious. Like, they think the guy who don't ask them questions about their past is the one that care. Bro, can't tell these women this shit, bro. The thing about them, like, they cool and shit, but they do be releasing a lot of game that only, like, men code. They be releasing a lot of men code for real. Like, they be just letting the females have it. And it's crazy because the females are hear it and still not believe. That's the funniest shit to me.
I just asked my wife, and she said most women.
Tommy, go ahead, and then we get Turreal and interrupted. Go ahead.
Me or the other one?
There's only one Tommy on the panel.
Oh, I did. Tommy. He was talking, and his name is Thomas.
What? What, Tommy?
I'm trying.
Hey, yeah, is your name Tom? Is your name Thomas too? That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
hi, Thomas. How you doing?
All right. I'm doing all right. Look, I tell you what, and there's no offense to anybody, y'all know I just talk kind of plainly. A lot of times, the biggest problem, especially in the black community, black women got too much voice, got too much mouth, And the fact that you let them speak, and we think that like they'll be saying things and won't even know what the word means, or say the word wrong and just be talking and seeking words and saying, well, it's the way that you said it. Well, you got to understand, a real man. So when a woman can tell you what a real man is, that is a problem. Because usually when she say what a real man is, it's always somebody that accepts her shit and won't question her shit. It's always a real man for that one. A real man will get with a woman who has kids. Haven't y'all heard that? How many of y'all black men heard that? A real man will be with a woman that's got kids. Who says that? A bitch with kids.
I said the same thing,
what's
Tommy.
Next? A real man should get with somebody got AIDS if you're real. It's really stupid. But you'll hear black women talk like this, and they'll be real confident being in public, being real ignorant. Why would you want to know how many people I've slept with? Well, I want to know if I'm throwing my hot dog down a hallway. Why wouldn't I want to know how many people done jumped on you and treated you like a...
But like, do y'all see how disrespectful she is though? Like, bro, shout out to Fatty, because you know what I'm saying, he be letting people make it, bro. But me personally, bro, if this is my panel, bro, and she being disrespectful like this, having whole other conversations and shit, and she's the one who started this conversation, and she's not listening right now, my nigga, she off the panel forever. Are you like, you know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. But to me personally, bro, that's disrespectful. If you on my panel, bro, you got to be paying attention. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
That's just me, though. Why would you want to know how many people I've slept with? Well, I want to know if I'm throwing my hot dog down a hallway. Why wouldn't I want to know how many people done jumped on you and treated you like a human trampoline? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why do you care if you like me? I don't know you. You know why we on this first date, lady? Because you had a fat ass and titties, and I said, let me get your number. I didn't know a damn thing about you. Didn't know your last name. Probably didn't remember it unless I put it in my damn phone. And usually, nigga, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. When I put your name in my phone, it's Big Booty Betty I met at the motherfucking Publix. That's how I labeled your ass. So for you to sit there and tell that motherfucking lie that I'm supposed to be trying to get to know anything else, no, I need to know if I'm serious about fucking Big Booty Betty, how many other niggas done fuck Big Booty Betty? Because when I met this bitch at Publix, I know 39 niggas in aisle 7 was trying to get her number too. So I want to know how many of them niggas she let hit. So therefore, I can either be the nigga to hit, or I could be the nigga to take you on a real date. Because I ain't taking your motherfucking ass to chops when every other nigga done chopped that pussy. So it's a good question for me to ask.
Hot dog down what?
Right, it's a hot dog down a hallway, just a swimming in the pussy. Can't do no damage. She don't even know when you started or when you finished. Anyway, you sitting up here saying these things, it makes no damn sense. You know who making these arguments? Hoes. Hoes is out here trying to make arguments and tell niggas to shift their thinking. You shouldn't care about this. Fuck if I don't. When I buy a car, I want the Carfax report. When I get a bitch, I want the Catfax report. Let me see the Catfax. I want to know who been in this motherfucker. Why? Because I'm about to go in it. And what they want men to do is not respect themselves and their bodies. That's why if a woman asks you to put a condom on, and you be like, I don't know about this, she gonna look at you like something's wrong.
That's how they supposed to be like that.
How you fellas will feel if a woman tell you, take that condom off on the first date?
They don't even ask for men to put it on anymore, do
and you want to wear the condom though. Like, imagine that. Hey, that happened.
But you would think if you put it on and she said take it off.
Yeah.
You be like, whoa,
bitch.
You gonna
flag on the play.
Same way women feel.
You gonna be like, how many niggas you told to take that condom off?
Right. It's just like me. Huh?
I think they don't understand that very few things are new under the sun. They want us to think that everything they do with us is the first time. It's only us. We're so special. It's never been done before.
No, they treat black men like this. That's why being raised by so many black women and no black men in the household, that's why we are subjected to listen to someone like that young lady and think she's saying something intelligent. Niggas with a father know what she's saying is stupid immediately. Somebody tell me I'm lying. If you was raised around some men, you know what the fuck she said was ignorant. Hell, she know it was ignorant, but she know niggas like pussy, and she can talk you simp niggas in the fucking. That's all it is. You niggas like, I'm glad that Ali said it. Don't nobody give a shit about what none of these bitches been. We want to fuck them. That's it. I wouldn't ask you. I done fuck so many bitches, I don't even know what their first name is. I don't know your name, bitch, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But if it gets to the point where I want to have something serious, I'm going to ask questions. It was a shame, Ali, that she didn't understand. I used to love giving that analogy of business. How you going to tell me I should be more strict about where I put my business than where I put my penis? You a fucking idiot. No offense, young lady. I'm just saying a fucking idiot says that. Because if I put my dick in you and I get HIV, that's going to last with me forever. If I put my name on a signature for a business, bitch, I can separate that if it don't go well. Real. As a matter of fact, black women are so fucking backwards. Think about how many black women y'all have heard say this word. They got a baby by a nigga and you ask, are y'all getting married? Nah, that's a big step. Hold up, bitch. You can get married in Vegas in a drive-thru and get divorced the next damn day. But if I get you pregnant, you stupid bitch, you got 18 years of this motherfucker. And then after that, you got to put him in the world and he could turn into Jeffrey Dahmer. But it make more sense for you to think about marrying me than reproducing with me. Only black women say stupid shit like that. And only black men listen to stupid shit like that because your mama probably was a stupid bitch like that. And she told you that stupid shit and you thought it was normal. And this is what we have to change. We have to change this thought of a lot of women. I'm not saying a lot of women shouldn't be heard. I'm just saying they shouldn't be heard. Meaning this, after a while, when you listen to somebody and they say it, and it's usually based on their feelings more than what they know and what they can prove, you shouldn't build anything with that person.
For sure.
You wouldn't build a house if the nigga that came to design your house said, I feel. You wouldn't build a car if the nigga said, I feel. Y'all wouldn't get on a plane when a nigga told you how he felt when he was building it. No, he better tell you what the fuck he know, because that flight gotta work. And when it comes to relationships, you can tell we don't take them seriously. Because if a woman asks you, you ever slept with a man? Imagine if you said, you shouldn't ask me that on the first date. What do you think that woman would say?
You did, and I'm
yes.
leaving.
Hey, Tommy.
Or when she said the words of, it shouldn't matter. Oh, well, it shouldn't.
Damn, that girl not even on the fucking panel no more, fool. Patty, bro, you gotta fix that. You gotta have more organization and structure on your panel, dog. She should be forced to listen to this because she's the one that started this convo. She's not even listening to this, bro.
Matter that me and my boys had an orgy together. We told the bitches to leave. We just started fucking each other when we was 19. But that was just because a nigga had some, a nigga had some El Jimador that night. It be fucking a nigga up. But it shouldn't matter. I'm 30 now. I'm gonna say those shit like
it's
that.
just unfair deals.
Tommy,
ain't no unfair deals all across the board.
There ain't no bankruptcy that can wipe out a STD.
Right. Yes, you can't file, what was it, chapter 7?
Chapter 7 to get rid of HIV.
Clean my dick off. It's a new dick now. We can start over again. A nigga filed chapter 13 dick. It doesn't happen. So when we are asked questions, if we won't even ask, if a bitch say, well, where do you work? And we won't tell her that, she'll write that down as a reason why I don't want to fuck with this nigga. There's a lot of reasons we get written off as men, but women don't want to play that same game. They don't like getting written off. They want to get the same damn thing as everybody else get. That's why old bitches now always talking shit about young bitches. I'm just as good as a young woman. No, you ain't, bitch. You ain't got no but a couple of eggs left. You 45-year-old hoe. You ain't even got enough to make an omelet. This young woman do better than you. When you was young, you old bitch, you was up there at the club and having niggas buy all kind of shit for you. Now ain't nobody buying nothing for you because you're smelling like motherfucking Ben Gay. So that's why. But I'm just as good as a young woman. No, you not. And we need to stop that damn lie. Because old hoes hating on young hoes. Let the young hoe get her time in the sun. You don't see old niggas like me hating on young niggas. I know this nigga can fuck you for days. I fuck you for 5 good minutes and my shit start crapping up. I ain't gonna try to take this nigga's pussy. I'm mad when he come around. This nigga fuck my bitch, I'm out of a job. Only good thing I know is at least when he doing it, I don't have to. Shit, I know he didn't.
Tommy, my wife heard in the background. She said, you spitting that shit. You got her rolling like shit in the background.
Hey, look, the other part that I don't understand, and Tommy, you can attest to this. Anybody that's in my age bracket can attest to this. Saying that women don't ask personal questions when you first meet them That's cap. I've been back in the day. Chicks will ask you. You could meet a chick at a bar or a club. She'd be like, "What kind of car you drive?"
That's still the case today.
Quick. What kind of car you drive?
That's still the case today, dog. Ain't nothing changed.
What kind of money you make? What kind of job you got? They'll ask you all kinds of invasive questions.
Still, dog.
So, Angry Man, before you go, let me get my thoughts off.
That's why it's important to be coming like that. You feel? That's gonna be it for the video, though. This vid do have a couple minutes left. So if you want to watch the rest of that video, man, be sure to tune in. The link will be in the description. You watch it right now. I appreciate you for watching, but make sure you went down and like, comment something about what you thought about the video. Subscribe to the channel. I got more of these videos coming out, and I got different flavors on the channel, as y'all see from the 3 videos on the screen right now. Be sure to tune in to them. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at the top. Be sure to tune into my other socials too, so you can stay plugged in with me. It's be your boy Vick Reacts, and I appreciate you tuning in. Stay up and be blessed. Peace.